"You're not invited to my dad's birthday," my wife said, lips curling into a smug little grin. She didn't even bother to pretend anymore. I stared at her, the same woman I had spent years building a life with, and gave a steady nod. "Thanks for letting me know," I said simply. Then I turned and walked out of the kitchen without another word. My heart wasn't racing. No anger, no panic. Just silence, cold and deliberate. Like a switch had been flipped inside me, rerouting everything I once felt into something mechanical. Back in my home office, I logged into the shared bank account, our so-called family vacation fund, $56, 300. I had put that together myself. Flights, a luxury hotel, a yacht charter, every detail planned to perfection. In under a minute, I transferred it all back to my own account. Then I picked up the phone, called the travel agency, and canceled every single booking. The cancellation confirmation hit my inbox by 11:12 p.m. By sunrise, I had 18 missed calls and one message that finally made the whole picture clear. It was from her sister. "You deserved better. I didn't know until last night. I'm so sorry." 7 years of marriage. Her family never warmed up to me. I was always too reserved, too observant. They liked loud men with plastic charm and empty compliments. Meanwhile, I worked in silence, made wise investments, and gave us a stable life. Apparently, that wasn't enough. I used to think she had my back. I see now that I was wrong. Her father's 60th was supposed to be a grand gesture from me. First-class tickets to Croatia, a private villa, a personal chef, a chartered boat, all expenses covered, no strings. A month earlier, I heard her whispering in the bathroom late at night. She thought I was asleep. "He'll never find out. Just keep it up until after the trip." I let out a louder fake snore and stayed still. That night, something inside me shifted. I started paying attention. The betrayal wasn't a dramatic explosion. It was a slow, consistent drip. Her text history had a gap every night between 11 p.m. and midnight, one entire thread always missing. I found a second phone stashed in her yoga bag. There were receipts, wine for two, meals charged to our Amex card. On nights she claimed she was out with her friend Lauren. One evening, I followed her. She told me she was going to her sister's place. Instead, she drove across town to a condo complex on the east side. A man answered the door. Younger. Shirtless. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell. I sat in my car and watched. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. She never looked back. For the next 2 weeks, I planned, not a dramatic blow-up, but a clean and precise extraction. First, I met with my lawyer. We reviewed the prenup she had pushed for before our wedding. Ironclad. And yes, it included an adultery clause. She never thought it would be turned against her. Next, I began moving money. Personal savings, trust funds, even my stock options in the startup. Everything she thought was ours quietly became mine, or moved out of her reach entirely. I managed to record several of her phone calls, recovered her deleted messages with a program she didn't even know existed, and saved screenshots, audio files, and GPS data. By the time she started questioning me about the trip plans, I already had a folder marked TRIPCANCELLED. I waited patiently for her to show her true colors, and when it came, it felt almost effortless. The sneer, the reminder that I wasn't invited to the party. It was all a calculated move, a final act, her last performance before the curtain fell. She expected me to brood or plead. She didn't realize she'd already set the end in motion. By noon the next day, her father was on the phone with me. "What's going on here? The flights are canceled. The hotel says there's no booking." I paused a moment before answering. "You might want to ask your daughter. She seemed pretty sure I wouldn't be part of the celebration." Click. 3 hours later, her mother called. Then her cousin. Then silence. At 7:13 p.m., I received a text from her. "What did you do? You ruined everything." I said nothing. She came home at 10:48 p.m., storming in with wide eyes, disheveled hair, mascara streaked from tears she'd worn for someone else. "You humiliated my family," she spat. "No," I replied calmly. "You did that. I just stepped aside and let it happen." She tried to slap me, but I dodged. "I know about the condo, the secret phone, the other man. And don't worry, I'm not going to fight you over the car or the furniture. You can have all of it. You'll need something once your family stops supporting your lifestyle." I placed a manila envelope on the table. Evidence, the prenup clause, the annulment papers, the proposal. Everything was complete. Legal. Quiet. But it was the message from her sister that closed the final chapter. They knew. Your wife, her father, the other man. It was all planned. The trip was just their free ride. She was going to leave you after Croatia. Said you were boring but useful. My grip tightened on the phone, not from shock, but from confirmation. She treated me like an ATM with a heartbeat. Her father was part of it all. The man I had toasted with over 12-year-old scotch, laughing at jokes that were all at my expense. I sent all the evidence to her family's group chat, every photo, every message, accompanied by a simple note, "Consider your invitation revoked." Then I blocked every number. That night, I booked a flight alone. Same destination, same villa, same yacht charter. Just one less parasite sitting beside me. 3 days into the trip, her sister sent me another message. She's living with him now. But he's broke. She's already asking Dad for money. Dad's not responding. I smiled. This wasn't about money, it was about dignity. About reclaiming what they tried to drain from me slowly, like leeches feeding on soft skin. They thought my silence meant weakness. They confused watching and waiting for submission. That was their first mistake, letting me see the truth. It was their last. Now, I sip espresso by the Adriatic Sea, under a sky as blue as the lies she used to tell. The air is salty and still. My phone buzzes once, a blocked number. I delete the message without reading it. Some journeys are round trips. This one wasn't.